Hey, how's it going? Just getting a couple things set up real quick. Boom. Okay, that part's done. I think I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. But hey, at least you know I'm still alive. Yeah, I appreciate it. Rob actually sent me an email the other night, which very much appreciated. Kind of brought to mind, yeah, I should probably, let people know what was going on. Didn't really mean to drop off the face of the earth like I did. Oh, my wife is gonna have a hell of a time staying asleep. Okay. I'm gonna keep this short-ish. But basically what was going on was at the end of June, I got a job as a video game tester. Sounds more fun than it actually is. And the contract ran from July 1st all the way to last Friday. And when I say it sounds more fun than it actually is, yes, I was literally getting paid to play video games all day. But it was a game that I didn't particularly care about, which is fine. I mean, after a while, one naturally gets at least somewhat invested, especially when it's something that you've been playing for 8 hours a day, every day, 5 days a week, for over 2 months. Well, the game itself still has issues, but I'm no longer under an NDA, so I can actually talk about it, which is one of the things that I was wanting to wait for before doing a stream like this. That way, whatever questions I get asked, I can answer. There are still some confidential things, but for the most part, I can talk about the game itself and how much of a train wreck it is. And that's if questions come up. In the meantime, I did manage to get out to my forge once during that time. Made a hoof pick for one of my coworkers because she does a lot with horses. Okay, fairly simple project. I had enough coal for it. I had the material for it. Why not? Felt really damn good. Definitely better than raging into the screen for 8 hours. So that's pretty much the long and short of what happened. I'm still pretty low on coal. I'll need to work on getting more next week. But I did manage to come into some sheet steel, 11 gauge, so about an 1/8 inch thick, that I'm hoping to use to redo my forge one final time. I have more than enough for the hearth, and I have about a 1 foot by 2 foot section that's going to be left over, and that's if I decide to go with the 2 foot by 3 foot section for my hearth. I might just decide to tighten it up a little bit. So my question is, will an 1/8 of an inch thick plate be thick enough for a fire pot? Or will I need to go with thicker plate or go with brick road? If I can make the fire pot out of the plate, then that'll make hooking everything else up a lot easier, because it's a lot easier to connect a rectangular thing to a square thing, because I do have a bathroom exhaust fan that I can use for my blower. And if going with the redesign, it'll be a bottom blast anyway. Oh, sweet. That is perfect. So that means I get to plan my cuts for the fire pot. I can live with this. I like this. So that means about the only thing I would need to do is get the tube for my tweer, figure out how I'm going to connect the tweer, decide if I'm going to go with a grate or if I'm going to go with a clinker breaker. Yeah, I've got stuff to line it with. So I bought like 2 pounds of dollar store cat litter, and I've got a blender that I bought specifically for grinding it. And I'm assuming the lining should be between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch thick. So am I right on that? So no, it doesn't need to be like grossly thick. Okay, 1/2 inch to 3/4. Okay. One moment. Sorry about all that. Hey, Becky. So now the question is, let's see, I'll probably go with. And a 2-ish inch wide inlet should be enough at the bottom of the fire pot, right? Did better than I could ever hope to, Randy. Okay, 3-inch square. Hey, Lufe. So the next question is the top of the fire pot. So that's going to affect two things. How big of a hole I cut into the plate, into the main body of the plate, and the top of the fire pot itself. Because basically right now I'm just trying to get the dimensions of my fire pot. So I'm figuring with the 3-inch base, probably got the one Ting Ting did. I know he did a hole in the ground. So I caught that as I was desperately trying to catch up on my YouTube videos on the ones that I'm subscribed to. So I don't want to go too big, but I don't want to go too small either. So I'm thinking between 6 and 8 inches across the top. And maybe about, say, 2.5 to 3 inches deep. And what about the one that you made? Well, thanks for stopping by, Randy. And thanks for the information. I think I have. Let's see. I want to say blacksmithing for beginners. Disable that. Follows. So I know some of the Facebook groups have diagrams. I'm kind of kicking myself for not thinking about that sooner. Doing this a semi-quick way. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go quite that complex, Randy. Wow. Okay, that one is huge. 13-inch by 5-inch deep, 6 inches at the base. Yeah, that's way too big. Yeah, that would be a thing too. Something to keep in mind. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Back here. Well, right now I have options, but I've got the material that I can use to build. And I've got some classes that I'm going to be signing up for here before long. I'm only going to be able to afford 2 classes, but one of them is going to be a welding class, and I'm hoping to use that opportunity to actually to fabricate the fire pot. I just got to get the pieces cut out. And if I'm going to cut out the pieces, I'm going to need to know what my dimensions are. Okay, here we go. This is useful information. Oh, wow, okay. Well, let's see. Yeah, I can pull it off. I'm probably going to go with okay, and that should still leave me enough material to do whatever else I need to do. And the cool part is I have access to foam core that I can plan my cuts out before I actually cut steel. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I mean, I do eventually want to go propane myself, but at the moment, I don't have a lot of money to work with, so I'm going to be going with coal for a while. Yeah, here in the next month or 2, I'm going to be taking those classes, and hopefully, my coworker gave me a lead on a farrier in Emmett that might be willing to take on an apprentice. Granted, yes, farrier, but right now I'll take whatever I can get. Because a lot of all the farrier really is a specialty of blacksmithing, so a lot of techniques are still going to be the same, even if it does involve hoof care, which I don't really have any interest in. And Emmett's only about, I don't know, half an hour, 45-minute drive from Boise. It's not terribly far. Tiny town, though. Been there like twice. So, I've got some thinking to do, some planning to do. And just wanted to let you all know that I'm still alive. I'm still crunching forward. The money for the classes that I'm going to be taking, I set aside from my paychecks from the job. So, yay. Granted, the job didn't pay a lot, but it was better than what I was making the month prior, which was nothing. So, any port in a storm, as the saying goes. So, I do want to thank you all for stopping by, and uh, hopefully, I'll be able to make videos fairly soon. I have no idea at the moment, but we'll see what happens. So take care, everyone. I've got some speculating to do. You too, Jason.